So it is finally time to get our first big RC project of 2024 started. That, of course, is going to be the Xray X1 2024 F1 RC car. F1 RC racing, of course, is on-road racing, indoors, on carpet. They do it outside on asphalt as well, but we're going to be doing a carpet car of this thing. So first Xray kit that I've ever had that's brand new. I built a few used ones and rebuilt my GT12 multiple times. So figured I'd show you what it is like to unbox and take a look at an Xray kit from the start, and we'll take a quick look at some of the other cool things that are with these awesome cars. So if you love F1, then we're going to be bringing some of that to you right here on the channel. So I'm Chad. This is the Dorking 40 RC channel. We're going to talk about some F1 RC racing today. Now, of course, there's many manufacturers that make F1 RC kits, CRC, Xray here to name a few, but most of the people that I run with run this kit. So it's always a good idea to kind of get what everybody else has. So that way, if you need help, they can always help you. Now, one thing I've learned in on-road and any kind of RC racing is just because they can set up and drive the car and they think it's good doesn't mean that is going to be good for you. And that's the great thing about Xray, is that their documentation, it's literally like RC for dummies. The way that they tell you how to do things is just incredible. We've went over this a couple times before, but they give you all of these initial type of settings and tell you in, bold print, whatever, what each setting will do. So if you want a car that is easier to drive, then do this. If you want it that is more aggressive, do this. And it continues on and on throughout the manual when you are building your car, even when it comes to option parts, maybe adding different spacers and all that kind of stuff. Whatever you may need, they literally have it covered inside their manuals and also a lot on their YouTube channel. Now, before we unbox the kit, there's a lot more that goes to an F1 car, of course, than just the chassis, because that's all you're going to get in this box. It's a 25.5 class, so we've got our 25.5 R1 motor here. We've got the R1 Digital 3 ESC. We've got the CRC spec tires here, which are super cool because you can see they're literally just, they look like mini F1 tires. I mean, that's the coolest thing about watching one of these things go around the track, is it's just incredible because it looks so scale. It's really, I know it's going to be very difficult for me to drive, and it's going to be a lot of fussing and everything, because this is like a big, long pan car. So it's a bigger version that has a way different front end, of course, than my GT12 car back there. But they just look so cool. It's like, I want to try it. I don't want to try touring cars or nothing like that. We're diving right into this stuff. And then, of course, we've got wings and diffusers that are made by Montech, which are pretty much the go-to thing. These obviously have different ways that you can set these up, raising them up and down for different aero. And then we have the Montech body shell as well, which should be molded after an F23 Formula 1 car. It didn't come with a little driver, dude. I thought it was, but I'll actually have to look into that and maybe pick one of those up separately, or 3D print and paint one up myself. But pretty freaking cool. The body is just, seeing these cars again go around the track is what is so appealing about them, because they look so scale, and I can't wait to get it going. So let's crack into this X1 kit and take a look at what is inside the box when you open an Xray kit. All the Xray boxes, pretty much the same, different artwork. It's amazing how small they actually make their kits, even though you get these huge cars, and they really pack everything in there together. So not a lot really going on with the box art itself. And then these are the classic gray boxes that you see sitting at everybody's pits that you just really never know what is inside. So when you open up one of these kits, You're going to be greeted with a certificate of authenticity. Then you're going to start getting into the various manuals and everything. Now, this is a supplemental instruction sheet here that it looks like it's talking about how to put the actual hubs on the outside of the gear differential. So this kit can run a spool, it can run a ball diff, but out of the box build, these are meant to be built with an actual gear diff, and the Xray gear diffs are pretty freaking sweet how they are all put together, that is for sure. So we keep on going here. And again, here is our sticker sheet and that beautiful manual that we have been talking about time and time again, except now it is in full color and in our hands. So we have the manual, as I said, in full color. Everybody keeps these around. It's again, tell you all your different part numbers, all of your different adjustments, driver's tips, just everything. These manuals are just, man, if everybody made a manual like this, it would be just totally awesome. The other thing cool that this kit has that you can get is you can get these aluminum adjustable body post stops that you actually twist, and they actually give you a smaller increment in body height adjustment versus your normal holes and a pin that you would just stick into. We got, again, the sticker sheet on the back, and then we have a complete exploded view chart here, which is really big and not going to fit all the way on camera, but you got that whole exploded view right there. So that is pretty sweet. And then here is all your parts. Each and one of your part bags, of course, is numbered and sign off on who actually packed everything. And we just can kind of dig through some of these. You get Hootie oils, of course, because Hootie and Xray are kind of one and another. And then you've got all these other individual bags in here. And then we get into the actual Xray diffusers and wings, which I can tell are definitely not as nice as those Montech ones over there. And then there's some stuff that you can actually cut out and paint if you want to roll with that as well. And then we've got our main chassis pieces down here, which are just beautiful. The Xray carbon and the tooling is just always amazing. And even though they're really smooth on the outside, they always start by recommending to sand the edges down and apply like CA glue in appropriate spots, just to kind of give a little bit more strength to areas, you know, like the rear of your pod here and stuff, so that way you don't get a whole lot of splintering and everything else. Then you get like a antenna tube inside there, so that is pretty cool. But it's gonna be pretty excited building this whole kit. It's gonna definitely be an experience, probably gonna take a while. These is probably one of the most complicated kits I think that you could probably build. The cool thing about it is that there's just so much that goes into it. There's a lot of really cool parts, like we were talking about the gear diff and stuff. Then they got some really cool molded parts that actually have, you know, big carbon fiber pieces that are actually injection molded. You know, they're surrounded by the actual mold. So really, really nice stuff. You know, I've seen these things, felt them and touched them and all that kind of stuff. So I know how excited I am about it and the quality, and just like kind of looking at the tires and everything like that. It's going to be super sweet. I've seen people like paint the tires and paint the wings and stuff. So obviously we're going to have some kind of a red body, and then try to figure out what kind of color scheme and everything that we're going to go with on the actual X1 2024. So this is going to be a pretty big project. I'm ready to get started on this thing, that's for sure. Just had some oval racing today. Got some on-road tomorrow. Going to probably run the GT12 and the TT02. And then, you know, we'll probably just start cracking on this thing and just build it. It'd be nice to burn a couple vacation days and get this baby ready to go, if you know what I mean. But kind of out of the question right now, but hopefully we can get this thing together and on the track within the next 2 to 3 weeks. That's kind of my goal. So stick around. Hope you guys enjoyed this quick little unboxing. We will talk to you all later. Peace.